Here we go. Who the hell are you, man? Genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist.
We are the Knights
of Nerdatude. Hold on to your butt.
And now for something completely different.
Hello out there, and welcome to the Knights of Nerdatude podcast. We're a podcast for all things nerd. My name is Chris. I'm here with...
Like, Omicron's a Decepticon, right, guys? It's Sam.
Ready to serve up a backhand of hot takes. It's John.
And you know what secrets want? They want out. That's why they're so hard to keep. It's Sean.
Anyway, we got a couple things for you this episode. Unfortunately, we still don't have Ghostbusters.
No.
Some people don't want to see it.
I'm sorry. My life has been crazy the past 2 weeks.
Well, I mean, to be fair, raise your hand if you've seen it. Oh, you have?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize
And
that.
I will say this to you. See it.
Yeah, well, eventually
okay.
I will.
Yes, I know pain loves company, okay?
Look, you know, it's actually pretty good. Our Ghostbusters expert has seen it twice already.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, no. Hopefully I will be seeing it soon.
Okay. So this week, though, what we're going to do is Hawkeye came out, first 2 episodes. We will just kind of give a quick reaction on that one.
Third episode came out yesterday.
Yeah, I didn't see that, though.
I saw it today.
Okay, well, we're not going to do spoilers on that one. Let's try not to do spoilers on that one.
All right.
And then we're going to do a couple movies. We have Venom, the long-awaited Venom.
Yes.
Let There Be Carnage.
It finally came out on demand last week.
Yep. And it was not cheap.
No. Well, because you had to buy it, not rent it.
Yeah. And then we're doing King Richard.
Yep.
And then there's some news. Let's start off with news.
All right.
Sean, you got got a couple things. John, I think you had one thing.
Well, okay, let's start. First thing I want to start with is a little trailer dropped recently for Around the World in 80 Days with David Tennant, which is going to air on PBS in January.
That's right, folks.
PBS.
It's Masterpiece Theater. As
I
we
understand
explained, this is British television. They
I
just
understand.
bought it.
Except where is it being shown? What channel?
PBS.
Exactly.
PBS. Then nothing else matters.
Yeah. That is the key here. The fact that you show me that trailer, and I'm like, oh, that seems pretty good. Like Around the World in 80 Days. Oh, David
Yeah, it seems
Tennant's
like
in
a
it. Oh,
solid,
so
fun TV movie.
And then
kinda
it's like
deal.
on PBS. I'm like, not Netflix, not Hulu, not Disney Plus. On PBS, this is coming out. Like, it just blows my mind.
That means everybody saw it. Nobody wanted to buy it.
Whoa.
Well, that's
me.
probably true.
Ever heard of a
not.
little show called Downton Abbey, bro?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
On Masterpiece? Or Great British Bake Off / Baking Show?
On Netflix?
On Masterpiece. Well, not Masterpiece, but PBS.
PBS.
PBS,
originally.
yeah. But with this, yeah, so David Tennant plays the lead, and they're doing Jules Verne's.
Yeah, it
Around the
looks
World.
like a fun little version of it.
And I know that it didn't get shopped around and then nobody picked it up because PBS / British Broadcasting Company, although it's not BBC,
One of them.
they already announced a second season, I guess you would call it.
Series, as they
Series,
call it over
yeah,
there.
has already been started.
Oh, wow.
So it's a TV show.
I guess.
And it might be they're going with their like Sherlock sort of thing.
Yeah.
Where it's like, yeah, like each episode's kind of a movie, but
If they're doing the Sherlock model, it would have been like 5 years from now.
yeah.
I think they're still making another Luther.
Are they?
thought so.
That's a show I got to check out.
Oh, yeah, at some point.
They said they were doing another Sherlock too, but we'll see.
Who knows?
They're both
We'll
very
see.
busy.
Yeah, I mean, looked interesting. I've been missing Davey.
Yeah, we've done nothing but praise David Tennant on this podcast.
He doesn't
And-
do a lot of great stuff, so
No, but like he is great though in almost everything he does.
yeah. And whenever I see him, I get happy.
Be honest, I watched DuckTales for him. Like it was great. Playing Scrooge McDuck. That was great. Anyway,
I
yeah.
see my Harry Potter, and I get enough of him in that, so that's it.
With like the 5 minutes he's in there.
Yep. I'm not a David Tennant fan, so
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, but come on, you haven't
Yeah.
seen the real stuff.
No.
Yeah.
like that Doctor Who.
Yes.
I don't like it. So
Can I air a grievance while we're talking about PBS?
Sure.
Okay, why they have a streaming app that costs money? What the hell? Like they have like taxpayer money. Like why can't I just like watch stuff on their streaming thing?
What is their streaming?
It's called PBS Passport.
Really?
Yeah,
How much is it?
$5 a month, but it's like another
But
thing.
still, yeah, that's another thing, and I'd rather.
Well, yeah, I mean, you'd rather, but like, what the hell? Like, why?
Yeah.
It should just be out there, man.
You know, it'd be nice if it was free, and then like you get like kind of how was Peacock is, where it's like you can be free, or like for a little bit more a month you can, there's a broader catalog that you.
I would
can
take
do.
an ads one. Oh, I think that actually might be the case, but I wanted to watch some like Ken Burns stuff the other day, and it's behind the paywall. And
Can we do a quick exercise with this?
What?
It's been a year.
Yeah.
What have you added? What have you dropped with subscription services?
well, Chris,
Let's try and be quick with it because I
Now
know
that-
you
now that-
dabble in everything.
now that you've brought the segue to me, I have some very big news.
Oh.
okay,
I canceled Netflix.
Wow.
nice.
Now, part of it. So first off, I still have access for another 10 days. So it's like a going out of business party right now. I got a lot of things I got to watch between now and then, like an entire season of Great British Baking Show. But I think a little bit's like a social experiment of like, am I going to miss it? You know?
Yeah,
Because I think it's like $20. If I get it again, I think it's $20. Not like, the end of the world. I did kind of like mess up a little bit because they're going to have like some of their Oscar baity movies we'll talk about.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
So-
fun.
it's too bad you're not able to. No, never mind. We'll talk later.
Yeah, well, yeah. Who would? I mean, God, you'd have to be a real scoundrel to get someone else's password. So yeah, I pulled the trigger. I don't know. I wanted.
Did you
to see.
add anything though over the past year?
No, although my Apple thing is also expiring, and I don't think I'll renew.
Okay.
Okay.
That was the free trial.
Anybody? You guys?
I added Peacock and Paramount.
Peacock Plus, like the full $10.
Whatever the one with ads is.
It's the $4.99.
Yeah,
$5.
the
whatever
$5.
it is.
Yeah, I did that one. I was like, yeah, I can deal with some commercials. I don't
It's
watch
not-
it enough.
The nice thing with Peacock, it's really not that many commercials.
No, it's not.
It's like I think like, and they specifically did it. It's like 3 minutes every like half hour or something
Yeah.
like that, which really isn't too bad.
I think it was a minute in the beginning before everything, right?
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah, sometimes, like, depending on the show, like, if it's a newer show, like AP Bio, which is mainly the reason I got it, because I love that show. But, like, they'll show an ad, like, in the middle, but it's, like, 20 seconds. It's not bad at all.
Yeah.
But I was forced to lose NHL.TV, which I had because they signed the deal with ESPN, so... Now I have access to ESPN because of the Disney, Hulu, and ESPN.
Oh, okay.
So
What about you, Sam?
Oh, I don't pay for anything, so I just mooch off other people.
Chris is just
I'm
such
getting-
a disgusting
There's a
look right now.
disgusting glare just at me right now.
Just be a truck driver, Sam.
no, then you wouldn't be able to watch.
Be a
these.
truck driver.
Anyways,
Oh, please. You've just seen some of the TV screens on these truck drivers in 95. I dropped Hulu,
Ooh, okay.
picked up Apple Plus.
Wow, okay. That's interesting.
Yep.
See, it's all like so like discombobulated because like I have Hulu because I have Spotify and like I like Spotify. I'm not going to get rid of it, but now I have Hulu with ads for free for some reason. I don't even remember when it started or why. Maybe I'm not even supposed to still get it. I don't know. I'm not going to ask.
the only reason I think I have Hulu is because of FX. Because the next
day.
Because there's like 4 or
But
5 shows
the
on
thing
there.
is, the next day you can also watch. So I watch FX stuff on my app
yeah,
with ads, and it's just TV provider,
Yeah.
and it's just ads throughout.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a big deal. It's an hour.
yeah.
But I recently took an inventory of all my subscriptions and it was
Expensive.
time for a culling.
Yeah. Netflix is a big chunk.
Is it?
That was
It's
the,
$20.
I think that's the biggest one.
It's
right?
a lot. I mean, like, but then again, it's like I get HBO because of my cell phone
Right.
with AT&T.
Yeah. Yeah, like I get HBO. I even have Showtime. Like,
Oh, really?
Like, I'd never use it, but
Yeah.
I have it for free.
This is nice stuff on Showtime. I get that because, well, maybe I shared that with some people I related to. I wouldn't get Showtime if it wasn't, though. Free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no reason.
All right. Well, next year we'll have to reassess. Maybe do another one because there's a bunch of other junk coming out too. So, all right. Next up was just the trailer. That one trailer.
What else we got? John, you said you have some news.
That was it.
Oh,
That
really?
was it, yeah.
Canceling
That
Netflix.
is a big deal though. You're the first
Yeah.
one to do it out of us, and aside from the one that doesn't pay for anything. Anything. Not even like internet, right?
Oh, God, no.
I might get rid of cable, too. I don't know.
Sam truthfully has it all correct in life.
Yeah.
Just-
Mooch off of other people, guys.
If you've learned anything from this podcast, it's that mooch off of other people.
Yeah. So, were any other trailers around it? I mean, there was that Jurassic Park one.
Yeah, I mean, that
Yeah,
came
they-
out a couple of weeks ago. I mean,
Oh, okay.
well, we haven't been
I just
on
wanted to
since-
see it again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was, for anybody who hasn't seen it, Jurassic World 3 released a prologue, and it's just like, it's kind of cool. It's, hey, look, it's dinosaurs.
Looks like Walking with Dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just wanted to say, oh, we fixed some of the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Here's what they look like. And you know what? They actually look pretty good.
Yeah,
So,
they didn't look bad.
I'll take it. Anything's going to be better than that stupid Fallen Kingdom
I'm
movie.
so glad I've still yet to
Look,
watch that
just
movie.
skip
No,
it.
yeah, I
Just
have
skip it.
no
I will
interest
tell
in
you
ever seeing
exactly. I'm not going to tell you.
I don't-
She's
you
a
don't-
clone
yeah,
at the end. That's
I
all
know.
you need. And
Oh,
they
I
killed
know.
all the dinosaurs.
Yeah, I
Except for
already
like 10.
know everything.
No, they didn't kill all the dinosaurs.
Except
No,
for 10.
they
Yeah.
released them all into the...
Yeah,
No. They didn't release all of them. They took portion of them off. So there's like 20.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
we're
I'm
the
talking
end.
about, like,
Yeah.
the ones at the end. Like, they could have killed them all, but they didn't.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they were
For-
like, hey, let's save all the dinosaurs, even though they're all clones.
Yeah.
And then clone them, even though we have all their DNA.
Right. The best part about the Jurassic Park was the dinosaurs, and
Yeah.
then they killed them all off. So, no. Okay, anyway. That was that thing.
Yeah.
It looks good,
Yeah.
but we'll see if that translates into a good movie.
Hey, if they were just like, listen, it's going to be like 3 hours of basically just walking with dinosaurs, I would pay money to see that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but those things are all over the place. I mean, literally called Walking with Dinosaurs.
There's a movie called Walking with Dinosaurs, the movie. I do not recommend
And then
was
there's The
there?
Good
Okay.
Dinosaur, which is probably better than the Walking with Dinosaurs.
I don't know. I've heard bad things about The Good Dinosaur. That's like the one Pixar movie I've never seen.
It's been on my house too many times.
I'm sorry. Just
Yeah.
watch Land Before Time.
Yeah, that's all right.
Ooh, yeah. All 20.
No, we're not.
No,
We're
just
not.
the first
we're
one.
Not,
Have yourself a good cry.
young people in the
No,
house are not
that's-
old enough
okay,
to see
no,
that yet.
It was
Sean,
the first movie I ever watched, and I was like 4.
there's plenty of good Land Before Time movies.
No, there isn't. There's the first one, and that's it.
No.
Yes.
This is a bad take. There's at least 2 or 3.
I
good
did,
ones.
I
Isn't there,
did
like,
not realize
9?
John had such strong feelings about.
Did you?
Land
Okay,
Before Time.
what's the
John's a
over-under that
Chomper
you've
fan.
seen all
Yeah,
of them?
big Chomper fan right here. He painted me perfectly there. Yeah. What was that, Chris?
Nothing. What's the over-under that he's seen all of them?
Oh, no chance.
I asked Sean that one. No, because there's like 8 of them, and then they're like,
They,
a little
they,
weird.
they stop using numbers.
It
That's
is
how
weird.
big
Yeah,
they
I
are.
know.
Did
I've
you
seen
see
the HBO stuff.
Did you see on Disney Day that they're gonna have a new Ice Age movie
Yeah,
with Simon Pegg?
Is it a movie or TV show?
I think
I think it's like a TV movie.
I think it's a TV show episodic.
it's with the
kind of.
weasels.
The Weasels and Buck, which
Yeah, it's a weasel.
I remember I watched the trailer for it and I was like, okay, the graphics look
The same.
No, they don't. They looked a little worse than normal, like the movie,
Oh,
but
really?
like what you would expect from a TV show. And then like Sid talked, I'm like, that's not John Leguizamo.
Yeah, and then the Mammoth talk. It's like that's not Ray Romano.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
What
they're
is
hitting
the
the point
point?
where Disney's becoming the Netflix, where it's just like let's just throw a shit ton of content.
Yeah,
out
for
there
kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and see
Well,
what sticks. Like
also,
they did
like-
the Rapunzel stuff.
Yeah. Well,
or
what is
Tangled? Yeah, Tangled.
with Buck Wild or whatever this show is? I mean, it could have been in the works before Fox was sold.
Wasn't Buck Wild an MTV show?
Wiling out.
I think Buck Wild was, and then like a guy died, and they stopped making it. This is like 10 years ago. Anyway, yeah, no, they're putting stuff out there.
Yeah. Which I'm okay. I mean, they have so many properties. They should.
Yeah.
Why not?
There was not really much of a drop this year for the Prime Day. Not Prime Day, Plus Day.
Plus day.
Didn't we talk about Plus Day already?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. Okay.
Yes, we did.
I forget.
We did that last time.
All right. Should we move on to the movies?
Sure, or we could talk
TV
Hawkeye.
show.
Oh, Hawkeye. Let's do Hawkeye then.
Let's talk to
Speaking
TV
of
show.
Plus,
Yeah.
Yeah. This I did not realize dropped till you guys went, "Hey, you watching Hawkeye?" And I was like, "Wait, it's out?"
Yeah.
the amount of buzz for this like actual MCU show is like astonishing to me. I don't know if it's the week it came out. I don't know if it's just
I think
there's all this other stuff that's been out. And
holiday. It's a holiday
Holiday
show.
weekend. It came out what?
It's like the week before Thanksgiving,
Yeah,
I think.
the day before, wasn't it? That
Yeah,
Wednesday?
it was
Yeah,
the
it was the
Wednesday
week
before.
of
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
but even like over the weekend, like I don't know.
doubt.
I just no one's talking about it,
No.
which I'm just
I
kind of
mean,
surprised.
You look at the previous three TV shows, and like every commercial break on TV was like, "Oh, you should watch these shows on Disney Plus." Nothing for Hawkeye.
And it's not like there's a huge crossover. I mean, this is Hawkeye. Like
Yeah.
this is of everything we've had so far. You know, I love Renner, but not exactly like the big, attractions.
Right.
Yeah.
Versus,
Yeah.
And granted,
the
like
others.
explaining WandaVision to somebody is still very hard to do. But, yeah, it's I don't know. I was a little surprised, and then I watched it, and it was like, yeah, okay. I've seen one episode, so
Okay.
It's not awful, right?
it's
Not
fine.
awful.
I was pleasantly surprised by this show.
Right?
I was not expecting it to be as good as it is. Right
It has
now.
no right to be as good as it
No.
is.
Like Renner's great in this.
Okay, good. Because I was gonna say the best part about this is Jeremy Renner's actually holding it very
Like,
well.
I showed my boss the Steve Rogers the musical scene. I laughed my ass
Yeah.
off at that scene, just like how miserable he is in the audience watching this, like, and them just singing about everybody. And
That
oh,
was
man.
I really enjoyed that. I saw that and I'm like, why don't they do like really stupid shit like this
Yeah.
more often?
Yeah, because like it would happen.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
obviously, like yeah, and I showed it to him at work, and he was like, "That is amazing. It's so cringy. It's hysterical."
Yeah.
And I mean, there's like every episode kind of has like that bit. So even the second episode where Haley Steinfeld's character is like, "Hey, why do you have a hearing aid?" And it does like the
They just-
flashback to
yeah.
every movie of like explosions, him going through glass, going and then like a nuke going off, and it's like it's complicated.
I'm glad that they kind of did that because it's like you have a god, you have
Yeah.
a superhuman, you have a guy in a suit, Hulk. Like he's the human,
Yeah,
and
He's a dude with a bow.
yeah, and he got beat up, and it's clear. I think he's doing it pretty well. Where it's clear he's just tired and worn out, and
yeah. But
he actually does it really. I'm shocked at how good he does.
I mean,
how,
we know
how
he's a
this
good
is.
actor.
Oh,
But
he's such a good actor.
it's just none of the movies to this point has ever given his character a chance to fly, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, in the MCU?
In the
Yeah,
MCU.
Like the
absolutely.
closest you get is Endgame.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
just felt kind of forced to me.
Yeah, he did go off the deep end real quick there, but
Yeah. Or, well, I don't know. I just felt like it was like, hey, remember how we haven't given a shit about Hawkeye the entire time? No, we're going to. Maybe not even forced, just like undeserved.
But
you
that's
know?
fine though, because you can actually see the connection
Right.
to why
Sure.
he's doing
Yeah.
this, and it wasn't like a forced thing. It's like he lost everything and he just went off the walls.
Yeah.
To be honest, I'd rather see. What was the name of his like character that he
Ronan.
was?
Ronan.
Ronan.
I would love to have gotten a Ronan movie.
So this show seems to be him trying to get the Ronin armor back.
Not to be him, but
Right.
to
To get it back.
yeah,
but
get
it
rid of
also
it.
seems like we're gonna get a lot of going back to Ronan and
Yeah.
what life was like with Ronan.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we're dealing with the tracksuit mafia right now.
And like
yeah,
great
I'm
name
so
for-
happy that they're in it.
I do like them just for the sole reason they keep calling each other bro all the time.
Yeah. And their company is Moving Bros.
It's a small detail, but
Oh, yeah.
I find it it's a good giggle joke where
Yeah.
it's like, hey, they said bro again.
Yeah.
Look, I like what he's doing. And the best part about this show though is the interaction with him and everybody else.
Yeah.
I really dislike the interaction between Haley Steinfeld and the mom. I can't.
Yeah.
Something needs to improve
the-
there. I'm not liking it.
Vera Farmiga is the mom. And
Yeah.
like, I don't know. She's good.
Is she the eco-terrorist from Godzilla?
Yes.
Yeah.
I just can't
She's
get that
also
out of
from
my
And
The
head.
Conjuring, come on.
yes, it's been a big Farmiga year.
It has been like low key, big Farmiga year.
And what else was she in?
The Conjurings. She's
Yeah,
Elaine
that's
Warren.
still a
no,
tough one.
Not Elaine.
no, oh my god, how come I can't think of the Warrens' names?
It's Ed Warren.
Ed and
Lorraine.
Lorraine.
Not
Lorraine.
Elaine. Lorraine.
Lorraine, yeah. But yeah, she's been
No, I mentally just went down a Conjuring trail.
Yeah.
All right, let's pull it back.
Anyway,
pull it back.
I mean, something's going on there with her mom and her mom's fiance.
Oh God, yeah, you saw that coming
Yeah.
a mile
Oh,
away.
By
yeah.
the way, love that guy. He's like the bad guy in Better Call Saul, and he's so great in it.
He's been low key so far, where it's like something's up,
Yep.
but like not quite.
He's
sure.
got that like classy scumbag
Yeah.
vibe
Yes.
going on.
yeah.
And he's a fencer.
Yeah, like the classiest and scummiest of things you can have.
Yeah.
It's like that and like fox hunting.
But yeah, I mean, as this show, like, I've seen episode 3. It dropped last night. I watched it last night. Sam, I know you did the same.
Yes. Sean, just we're not gonna get into spoilers, but,
No, but-
did you pick up on that?
Yes.
The thing that they're hinting at?
Yeah.
You think it's the same thing I'm thinking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Great spoiler.
You're welcome.
Well, I don't want to spoil it for you.
No,
'cause
that's
I have a
fine.
feeling you're going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Probably.
Yeah. So
I'm pleasantly surprised so far.
I'm
I-
really enjoying this show.
I will say, I was okay with the show till the third episode. I thought the third episode was pretty good.
yeah.
So check
Okay,
it out.
okay,
it's,
so it's
pretty
improving.
good.
It's
There's a
improving.
really good car chase sequence.
Yeah. They have like a one shot in the
Yeah.
car where the camera's just kind of
That-
spinning.
I-
around.
good.
Yeah, I like kind of like ode to Daredevil, the TV show. How like they would do the one shot, like same kind of thing. It is great.
It's been a while since I've seen a good one of those.
Yeah, it's pretty good in this one.
Yeah, I think I wouldn't be surprised, but I'm pretty sure a lot of Marvel stuff is resting on the shoulders of Hawkeye right now. At least the TV stuff.
Why do you say that?
I'm wondering if they're not getting the numbers that they want.
I mean, Loki got a second season. They definitely got
Sure. Did anything else?
No, but I don't think they were
Yeah,
necessarily. meant
WandaVision
to.
wasn't going to
Yeah.
get a second season, and then Falcon and Winter Soldier was also not going to get a second.
Yeah, that was
season.
also a one-off. Okay, all right.
Yeah,
So it's all
they're making another Captain America movie. So.
I think some of these are like, we need to get people on Disney Plus.
Right.
We're going to put together a miniseries to help link the movies. I don't necessarily think it's like we're looking for long-term investment shows, although I'm sure that will come in at some point.
Yeah,
I feel like
Like the
that's
She-Hulk show.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
probably going to be
yeah.
long term, like those latter ones. But no, you're right. This is the in between. Let's still keep the the whistle
Which
wet.
This could turn into more of a long term because I do not see Kate Bishop going into movies. Because think of how they handled Hawkeye to begin with, and like you really think that is going like they'll be like, oh yeah, this is great. Let's put them in a movie now.
You think that, but then again, Aquafina's going to be in these movies.
do
So
you
let's
Yeah,
get
but that's-
expectations
that's-
down a little bit here.
But
That's
like,
different,
are
though.
we getting to a point with Marvel now where there's so many different characters here that have been introduced? I mean, like we just had a bunch of Eternals. We just had a bunch of people, from like Shang-Chi that might show up. Definitely, we're going to see more Florence Pugh from Black Widow.
Yep.
Because she's talking with Baroness whatever.
Louise Dreyfus.
Yeah, Baroness Purple Hair, and they're chilling with Wyatt Russell, aka U.S. Agent.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. It's a lot. It's been a big year,
it's
man.
a lot.
It's going to be what they're setting up for Secret Wars, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be just nuts.
So having seen Black
Nuts.
Widow now, it makes sense now being like, oh, okay, she just shows up in Falcon and Winter Soldier. Like that.
Yeah, Black Widow was supposed to come out before.
Right.
Yeah. Which was it? What's her face from How I Met Your Mother? Maria Hill. She just confirmed she's coming back for Secret Wars.
Who's that? Colby Smulders?
Yeah, Colby
Yeah.
Smulders,
Yeah.
that's it.
Oh, is that the name of the character?
No,
Maria
no.
Hill is
Maria Hill's the name of the actor.
the
character.
The character.
Colby Smulders is the actress.
Yeah, How I
She
Met
is-
Your Mother.
She is coming
Right.
back for that.
Or you could have said Ann Coulter. Chris and I.
Oh yeah, not bad though.
There's
not a bad
I-
Ann Coulter.
I'll shoot you this article about. Well, we'll talk about it later. Yeah. So how do we get on that? Yeah, it's interesting, man. I mean, it's funny. So I did see a comparison of like Netflix shows to like Disney Plus and Hulu and stuff like that. And just as a weird side note, Hulu shows really like the viewing is nowhere near it.
Oh, yeah.
But Mando has been better ratings than the 3 Marvel shows so far,
I believe it.
but not like way off. Like maybe like 30% more or something like
right.
that. And like Loki did better. Like the first 2 were pretty comparable.
Yeah.
WandaVision and Falcon. Winter Soldier.
We'll see. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
Good with Hawkeye.
And before we move on, everybody sticking with it, or has
Yeah.
anybody
Oh yeah.
done?
Oh yeah. I'm sticking with it.
Oh yeah,
John,
especially
do you
after
think
the
you're
I
gonna-
third
will.
episode.
Yeah, busy weekend. It
Yeah.
was kind of like, a
That's
lot
fine.
going on.
What's it said? It picks up at the third episode.
Yeah.
yeah.
And there's like I have at least like 3 hours of shows on like Sunday night
yeah.
now, none of which we talk about on this podcast, but one of them's just the biggest show on TV and the other one's the best show on TV, but we don't talk about any of them. It's okay. I'm fine with
Do you want to mention them? What's the biggest one?
Yellowstone.
And what's
8 million viewers for the season premiere, which is like, Jesus.
That's almost Walking Dead numbers.
Yeah. With like 3,
Well,
years later.
yeah.
The other one is Succession, which is just fucking phenomenal.
That's
None of which are really like fit into our mold.
no, they really don't.
But yeah, we might have to do like a spin-off like Taylor Sheridan pod at some point. He's just like on the show and he makes himself into like the biggest badass on it. It's like really hilarious. Anyway, so Venom.
Well, let's go King Richard first.
You
I
wanna
don't
do
want to
King Richard
end on
first?
King
Oh, okay.
Richard.
All right. Yeah, fair enough.
That's a weird way to end.
Okay, so King Richard, available on HBO Max, is a biopic about Richard Williams, who's the father of Venus and Serena Williams, and starring Will Smith in a very Oscar Beatty role, which I think is very much the right use of it at this point, because it's like, I don't know why else he would make this movie if it wasn't for that. And he's fucking acting his ass off. He's doing a good job.
Yeah, but he did well doing it. So
Yeah. And it's a lot of like very specific, like, yeah, he's like, kind of dumb and he's like kind of weird, like,
Cajun.
yeah,
Cajun
he's got that
accent?
weird kind of accent.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, it's okay. I shouldn't say that. It's on HBO. It was, regular actual movie. I mean, it's fine, Chris. It's like
Yeah.
good. I mean, it's almost exactly what you expect going in, right?
Exactly.
Was anything really
Exactly.
surprise you? I should mention too, importantly, Venus and Serena are executive producers, so
Yeah.
it's you have to take that with a grain of salt. But with that said, I didn't exactly leave with a super positive impression of him. I guess like going in. I don't know if he was like LeVar Ball bad.
No, that's
but,
what
like,
they said.
That's what people said.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
everybody who's reviewed this movie who's over like my age,
Yeah, who remembers that?
remembers that because he was the LeVar Ball, the ball
Yeah,
dad,
yeah.
whoever the dad is of the ball kids. God, that sounds so stupid.
The LeVar Ball of his time.
Yeah, he's the LeVar Ball of his time, and the movie it like made him come off a little bit as a better man than that. But everybody who's
yeah, for
like
sure.
heard stories is like, no, he's worse than this.
Yeah.
So I think it's shown in kind of the light of the daughters, where they kind of make him be this.
I mean,
Not hero, but like a good guy.
The way the movie sort of made it come out is like, you know, he's like a little crazy. He's a little, I don't even necessarily want to say strict. I mean, they do make it a point sometimes to be like, he didn't want his daughters to be like the stereotypical juniors, you know, tennis players who were like all freaked out or whatever, you know, didn't have like a childhood. Like at one point he sees like them, he's like, oh, we got to go to Disney World or whatever because they're in Florida.
Yeah.
And, you know, sure, but also it's very clear that like this is like what their life is revolved around. And it's a family of, you know, 5 girls and their mother as well, you know, and it's like everything is about these two. You know, like no one else really has a story, including really Venus and Serena. Like they don't really like, hey, we want to do this.
I was expecting there to be more of a Serena story because she's the bigger of the two,
right? I mean, Venus
name wise,
right? I mean, Venus is older, so like she went through it all first, but yeah, I mean, like one is a great player, one is an all-time great, probably the best ever.
Yeah.
You know,
and why is? I mean, I don't think that's the story they really wanted to tell anyway.
Right, but
it's just
isn't
about
that
the dad?
Yeah, it's one of those where it's like there's a lot of stories here. It's interesting we picked this one to go with, especially considering like he's crazy. I mean, I think like if you had the like objective version, it would be different. I think I think he wouldn't be as you know, sympathetic.
Yeah,
and honestly, I'll be honest, I didn't have a lot of sympathy. It was more like, well, you know, it did work out.
Yep.
And truthfully, it did. But, you know, I think I heard someone else describe it as, you know, it's like a 1 in 1,000 chance that it would actually go this way, if, you know, not more than that.
Yeah. A couple things about the movie itself. Like,
sure,
Will Smith, hands down, stole the show.
Great job.
Except when John Barenthal was there.
Yeah.
I was
you ready?
shocked at how well I was genuinely interested in what he was doing.
Yes. Oh God, Barenthal's so fucking good.
He was really, really good.
He's got just to paint the picture, he's got a big stash. He's got this funny like Delco like accent, like mid-Atlantic accent, where it's like, "Well, you guys, you got to hit the ball, you guy." Like, it's oh God, he's so great in this movie. I mean, my opinion now of Barenthal is he just should be in everything.
In some way, he should have a hand at.
I haven't seen a single performance of his when I've been like, oh, this isn't great. Like he's in the Sopranos movie.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right, he is. Yeah.
And he's like Tony Soprano's dad. Now, like the movie's not about him; it's about his uncle, who he had like a bigger sort of connection with. But it's like, fuck, dude, I'll take the John Barenthal story, the movie too, and they might make it, which is kind of cool.
Really? He did well in Ford versus Ferrari too.
I mean, he's great in that. He's great in you've never seen Wolf of Wall Street. He's been like you.
No,
should
I
just.
did. I actually did.
Oh, you have seen it.
I said,
he's great in that, though, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's other like standouts that are.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's hard to kind of say like he's great when you have good performances all around for that one, but. No, I liked both of them, and I think that's odd. I think Will Smith is in the lead right now currently for me for best actor, but John Barenthal really came out of nowhere. So maybe
supporting.
He might get something.
Yeah, I don't
maybe
know.
Maybe the Punisher comes home with some gold.
I don't know what the supporting situation looks like at the moment.
I don't even think they're there yet.
No, they're not there yet.
I don't think they're there yet. But aside from that. Aside from those two, the movie's just
it's fine.
It's the rest of the acting is blah at best. The story is, I don't want to say it's a little bit disjointed, but there's some parts in there where it's just kind of what because they had like the blow up, the inevitable blow up. It's like pushing the kids too hard.
Yep.
And then there's like the bomb. I don't want to say it's a bombshell, but it's like, well, where the hell was this? She mentioned that he has another family or a kid,
like another son. And
I guess he has another family before the Williams the Serena Venus crew, They just kind of dropped it, like, oh snap.
Yeah, they mention it and
but
then
it's
never
nobody
really.
really, unless you followed the storyline and read the documentary of the Williams sisters, you had no idea. It's like you had to read that as a prerequisite to watch this movie to get like the bombshell drop, you know?
Well, then there's this other moment when like he's about to like shoot a guy.
Yeah.
And like there's this magical drive-by that happens that, prevents him from doing that because the drive-by kills the guy he was going to shoot. And then it's weird because like the gangbangers then show up like rooting for the Williams sisters when Barenthal shows up.
Right.
It's very odd.
I mean, and then there's, I don't want to. There's like this insert of the Rodney King beatings and things like that, and it's just do they incorporate this race play into it? And
It's
the
weird
whole movie
Yeah.
is about black girls playing tennis.
Right.
It's going to be a racism movie. There's
Sure.
going to be aspects of
Well,
that
yeah.
throughout the whole
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
You don't need to. I mean, you don't need to insert the.
Unless it has something to do with the story.
I don't remember it being specific.
didn't.
I mean, yeah.
It did it. I don't
Just
think it
something that
progressed.
happens.
It
It's
was the
like-
Nike interview. That's what it was. It was right before the sponsors tried. Was it the sponsors tried to pick her up, Venus up as a?
Is that like when they had like the meeting in the hotel?
No, this was the one in the pool where he farted in front of the executive.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
I
I think they tried to do that, but it's just it didn't go any further than that.
Yeah. And there's this also thing of like the way he goes about this too, like he's very like conniving and like deceiving too of like it's not like anybody really lost in this whole thing, but like the way he does it doesn't, like there's a way of looking at it of like, oh, he's got a lot of moxie and initiative, but it's not exactly what's the other one with Will Smith? It's not Proof of Life. It's,
Pursuit of Happiness.
Pursuit of Happiness.
That was a tough one.
Yeah, it's not exactly the same. Like he's not that guy at all.
No,
he's
no.
very much like scrapping by, hustling. Like he's
Oh, this one,
Yeah.
he's definitely trying to pull some shit out of his ass.
and then he's trying to like coach them while they've got this John McEnroe and who's the other Pete Sampras's coach, and he's like, yeah, open up your stance, and the coach is like, no, don't do that, and he's like, no, really, we talked about
You got to get them to open up their stance. The coach is like, you have no idea what you're talking about.
some like and I don't know.
Yeah,
It worked out in the end.
look, I think the movie's solid. I don't think it's good. Like
No,
great.
it's not
great.
like I'm gonna be a best picture or anything like that.
No. But
But
there
I
are
think-
certain aspects that will be plucked in. There'll be certain things
Yeah.
that are plucked out of it for the Oscars.
Barenthal's so good though.
Yeah,
I
that's
loved
true.
all those scenes.
Like it's kind of perfect timing when he's kind of introduced too, because
Yeah,
it was kind of getting a little.
right.
All right, let's inject some kind of atmosphere into
No,
this
he
that's a little
definitely-
less,
Yeah,
dad being aggressive dad with tennis.
yeah. Anyway, Chris, what do you give it for a rating?
I'm actually gonna give this an 8.
Okay, I'm gonna go 7.7.
All right, not far off from each other. Not bad.
It's good. I mean, I think I'd recommend it, but it's not. That's not incredible. I think if it wasn't for Will Smith or Barenthal, I think
Yeah,
it really wouldn't be. Much
if you
of anything.
want like a feel good story, this is
Yeah.
probably where it is. But then again, I'd stick you to Pursuit of Happiness in a heartbeat. This is kind of in that same vein.
Although this one never really gets down. But I mean,
No, I think they tried to, but
right.
didn't get there.
All right.
Anyway, moving on.
Moving on
Anyway,
to our last
practically
movie.
the same movie.
Yeah.
Venom.
Venom, There Will Be
Carnage.
Carnage. Yeah.
Let there be carnage, or there will be.
There will be
There will.
carnage.
Who cares?
I mean, Carnage shows up, so there is Carnage.
Can I? The quote of the day watching this movie
Yeah.
with my wife.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I texted it to you guys.
Yeah.
Is this movie getting worse?
Yeah. So this movie was directed by Andy Serkis, who everyone knows who Andy Serkis is.
Mm-hmm.
So after the first one, so John, you actually watched the first one.
Yes, I have seen Venom. and
I'm interested. Before we get into what's your like short take on the first one?
such a bizarre movie.
Right?
Like Tom Hardy's in it. I don't know why Tom Hardy's in it. I mean, like I guess he's getting a paycheck, but like he's really kind of fine in it. Like he's like okay.
He's kind of weird though.
Yeah.
Like the accent doesn't make sense.
The accent doesn't make sense. Also, they did this thing of like he's doing this job that doesn't exist, but like they're framing it like it does exist. Of the
Right.
like YouTube news guy, which isn't a thing, right? Like that's what it was supposed to be. Like he's an independent journalist,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
which isn't really a thing. So
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
but like it's one of those movies where it's so bad and stupid. I enjoyed the hell out of it.
I wasn't quite there.
No,
But it was also weird to me that Riz Ahmed was like just the same guy he was in the Bourne movie.
okay.
Like he's
I've
like a
never
tech
seen the Bourne
CEO in
movie,
that,
so-
and it's like he's like a tech CEO in this, and he's
Yeah.
like the bad guy sort of in both.
This is a Bourne. Oh, that one. Okay. Yep,
The
sorry.
like
Sorry.
Jason Bourne one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, the one they should have called the Born Jason. Yeah. That honestly made me angry. I'm like, why didn't you call this the Born Jason?
Yeah, so interesting movie. I was very disappointed when I had to pay $20 to see the second one, so
Yeah.
I kind of pieced out then.
That's fine. I don't blame you.
Not worth it.
So, I was the only one excited to see this movie because I am a massive Venom fan. Literally, like, read the comics nonstop. Yeah.
You know what? It was a chore.
So
But the first part of the movie was like really good to me.
Yeah, it was good, but, like, so this movie is an hour and a half long, and you can tell it's
Thank
an hour and a
God.
half. Well,
Thank
it's
God.
one of
oh,
those-
the pacing was
the pacing
like,
is all over the place. It's like, boom, 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 like, getting
Yeah,
like,
but
we
oh,
were on
no,
the
it
back
was-
of a coked up cheetah.
But it wasn't like I was.
said
It
Cheetah.
wasn't like I was completely lost.
no.
It's.
Well,
but
it's a
like-
simple plot. I
Yeah,
can follow
yeah.
Well,
along.
that's the thing. You want it to be. Let's go.
That was such a blessing, by the way, with the first one too.
Yeah.
It was very quick.
This
in and
one is a lot quicker.
So,
Yeah.
so John, you said I have not seen the first one. I only watched this one.
You should have watched the first one.
Because my like one word like description of this movie is bizarre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I was sitting here, I'm like, did I just drop acid and turn on The Odd Couple?
Like it's
Yeah.
not necessarily like interestingly weird. It's
No.
just like what?
What
Why?
the hell?
Yeah.
Why does everyone in San Francisco have a Brooklyn accent?
Yeah. But the thing that I'm like confused by, and I brought it up when we talked about the first one, it's like Tom Hardy is supposed to be from New York City. I don't know what accent he's doing, but it's not New York City accent.
It's an attempt at a Brooklyn
It's like a
accent.
bad
Yes.
one.
And then he drives his motorcycle around, which is fine, wearing a Detroit Lions jacket.
Oh yeah.
Why is he wearing a Detroit Lions jacket?
Dude likes a winner.
Like it's like little things like that just don't make sense. But like,
Yeah, but that's you're harping on
No,
something
I'm
that's
not-
so
I'm
small
not,
when
I'm
there's a
not.
world of bigger problems in this movie.
so the biggest problem here is like I'm convinced they have never read the comics, or Andy Serkis has never read the comics or anything. They don't really fully understand who these characters are, and they just jumped into it and were like, we're making an hour and a half movie. Cut as much of this out as you can. Let's get to the point as quick as possible. Boom, boom, boom. We're done. Everybody, here's your paycheck.
Yeah, but even then, they still had a bunch of. It was like you could probably cut a whole 20 minutes of just Venom being out on his own in
Yeah.
that stupid like club, not even club scene. It was
Oh,
just
yeah.
like underground scene.
Yeah,
that
was
dumb.
bizarre. When he's just at this like rave, and
Yeah.
then he picks up the microphone from the rapper and is like, at first I was like, is Venom about to rap? And no, it was even weirder than that. He just bitched about Eddie Brock the whole time.
You're right.
And I'm like, I would have preferred if he just rapped.
Yeah, I didn't need a 20-minute rave to tell me how he felt about
yeah.
missing Eddie.
Yeah.
And then like the choice to make Carnage just quote or make up poetry the entire time.
Yeah.
And it's just like, okay, this is like bad poetry.
So,
and...
Sam, your general knowledge of Venom and Carnage are through Spider-Man.
Yeah, like
Like-
Spider-Man animated. TV
Yeah,
show.
the animated TV show from the 90s. Did either of these characters come off like that show at all?
I mean, no.
Yeah, like...
I mean, so I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'm not a. I'd rather have like talented filmmakers take their own spin on these things than like let's adhere to the, in my opinion, kind of bad source material. Because like comic books never have great stories in them.
I guess, but I don't know. It's just so when you see Carnage, like Carnage looks cool from time to time as a character.
Splash pages, dude. Same thing with the first movie. It was good splash pages.
There was one scene of like a close up of Carnage's face, and he like roars at the camera. Loved it. I was like, wow, that looks great. And then they do everything else, and I'm like, why does he have like tree trunks growing out of him, and like he's got those like weird like spider legs coming out of his back, which that's not even part of the comic. Like, what's up with that? But like, they're like, oh, don't worry about it. But like, it's so weird. But the I know it hurts me more than it hurts you guys. But like during the finale, when they're talking about Carnage, and Eddie and Venom are like, look, he's not symbiotic. He's weaker than we are. I'm like, no. Carnage's problem is he's too symbiotic. That's his problem. It's that you have a serial killer and an alien symbiote who loves to kill in the same body, and they're like, oh, this is the best thing ever.
No, like, honestly, I love that because I'm like, yes, they're going to beat him through the power of friendship.
Yeah, right? Like, it's so dumb. And like, but like in the comics, like that's the problem with Carnage. It's like he didn't have that weird, like you see it in the first movie where it's like Venom and Eddie trying to understand who's who, and like, no, they're literally on the same page. Everyone needs to die. And like, and Cletus Cassidy is also a cannibal, so he's okay with eating people. Like everything about the two make them super symbiotic. Yeah, thank you. It's just like they completely ignore that part of the character.
You're right. None of them have read the comics.
No,
None of them.
like, and like, it baffled me that you have such an amazing villain, like literally an insane person, and then you have Woody Harrelson say, "Yeah, I will portray that." It's like, good, let's use Woody Harrelson. Like, he can be crazy at times. Like, he can be insane. And they're like, no, we're going to water down Woody Harrelson.
In fairness, the film was insane.
So he ate him, right?
Yeah,
at the end,
he bites his head off. Yeah.
Okay, so he's not going to be in Sinister Six.
Like, what the hell? Like, what? Like, I'm okay with... Because in the comics, Carnage / Cletus Cassidy does die, but like, I don't know. I would have rather them kept him around because, well, they already introduced Toxin, which was who the cop.
The cop was.
He becomes Toxin in the comics, and he's already got the eyes glowing at the end, saying like, oh, they're all monsters or whatever.
Yeah. What was the deal with that? Like,
I don't know, but he becomes Toxin. He becomes one of the children of Venom.
oh.
So it's like Carnage, Venom, Carnage, Toxin, Scream. Like, there's a bunch of different like symbiotes that are.
But they're not all bad.
Right, they're not all
That's
bad.
the thing you need to.
Yeah, but like Toxin is technically Carnage's quote unquote child, I believe.
It's funny because Christy, I think. I think she said it during the movie. She's like, "Why are all these people short in this movie?" Because it's him, and then Tom Hardy, and then Michelle Williams is not a large lady, and it's a lot of short people.
Yeah, it's a lot of short people in this movie, and it's so much about this movie. I was
Saves
just
money
so
on the budget. That way Venom doesn't have to be that tall.
but he is that tall.
Yeah.
I
It wasn't that good, guys.
no,
it
it's
wasn't
not.
that good.
It's not, and it should have been better. And the way, like,
Really?
if their plan is to take this series, this was the beginning of pushing it into the MCU.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
actually, there's news that I totally forgot. Tom Holland and the producer for like all the Spider-Man movies said, there's a new trilogy on its way with Tom Holland.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
That has been
And
confirmed.
they said MCU.
MCU trilogy.
Look, it's So it might.
so Sony.
Look, Tom Holland. There was no way Tom Holland was not going to sign for at least.
Oh,
2
I know,
more
but he
movies.
did say he doesn't want to be an old Spider-Man. He does. He doesn't.
He's also said, "I want to do this for the rest of my life." So,
Yeah.
Doesn't want to do this the rest of his life.
no, he does.
No, he said he does.
Does?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Look, it's
I
Disney.
thought- I
It's
just-
Disney. You need to be
Yeah.
well clearly with Kara, whatever her face was.
Oh,
you
yeah.
need to be careful with what you say.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it's the same way the other side. Like you can't say certain things. Like you don't want to be here forever and stuff like that. But I think they switched. They don't do 3-movie contracts anymore.
they don't
right?
do
They're doing
anything.
open-ended.
It's one at a time.
Well, it
Yeah.
was like, what was it? Winter Soldier, Sebastian Stan signed like a 6-movie contract or something.
Yeah, I think he's got one
He's got
movie
like one
left.
movie left. Yeah, but after Endgame, they were like, "We're done doing that now." It's
Yeah,
by
everybody
project.
knows the stories now
Yeah.
because of that.
Yeah,
so.
once you sign on to that, everybody's like, "Well, he's got 4 more movies, so he's not going to die."
Yeah, right. Hence the
Well-
problem with Infinity War.
I mean, it's not like anybody's ever going to die anyway, but
No, I know. But,
I think Tony Stark's dead.
and so
and
Steve
Black Widow.
Rogers.
Steve Rogers and Scarlet, and
Anyway,
that's about it. I mean, well,
Anyways,
one other, but that doesn't really
let's wait. Let's rate Venom now.
I mean, I'll let you guys go.
This was
first.
a hard 5, dude.
Hard
Oh, wow.
Sam?
This one should not have been remade. It should not have been made.
6-1. The bizarreness was entertaining enough for me to be like, "All right, I'm entertained, but not in the right way."
I think it's because you didn't watch the first one. They
Probably,
kind of
yeah.
set your bar.
yeah.
So I went 4-7.
Oof, thank God.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
this is
wow.
a bad movie. Like, I enjoyed the first one. This is bad. And what I was trying to get at, this was Sony's stepping stone into the MCU. This movie, based on how it ends with the post-credit scene of, seeing Tom Holland. This was the stepping stone. What the hell are you doing?
It's more like a stepping pebble.
This not even a step. This is a step backwards. Like, this is a crappy movie. If it wasn't for Virus Shark, this would be the worst rated movie for me for the year. Like, this is a bad movie, and like I said, I'm a huge Venom fan. They screwed up the first one, and I was so excited for this one, and they screwed it up again.
Yeah. Do you want to know what your scores were originally?
I believe I gave it like a 3-2.
Sean gave it a 4.5.
Oh, 4-5. Okay,
Chris
so-
gave it a 1.9.
Yeah, you hated the first one. I think you were a
I'm
little.
wondering if I should adjust my.
Yeah,
my.
I think you were like mad when you reviewed it. For
I
some
Oh
think
no!
you
I
thought
feel
it
like I
was-
should adjust this one down then
Oh no,
to a 1.7.
I'm surprised I rated this one higher than the original because the original. I think
Look,
I based it on
in
the
its
year,
defense,
but-
the first half when there's like the inner, torture between like, okay, let's try and get it under control. That actually wasn't bad. I'll give him that. It wasn't bad. Even the stuff with Cletus, what's his name? Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson.
Even the stuff between him and Tom Hardy, it still wasn't bad. And then all of a sudden, now the creatures start coming out. It's like, all right, well, this is just getting stupid.
The creatures
whole
should have been the
church
best
fight
part.
scene, I
Yeah.
just like, all right, let's just move. Let's just go. I'm done. I'm ready. Let's see how it ends.
like the Venom versus Carnage should have been the best part, and at times it looked cool, but it just was a
It's
bad
not.
movie.
It's
No,
not. You're right. I kept looking at Carnage. I'm like, does he really have the tentacle things coming out of him?
No,
I don't think he ever did.
and like the fact that he like grows like up the thing, like
Yeah,
what-
yeah.
it was just so dumb.
Yeah.
But they beat him with friendship.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. That's not.
Oh man.
I don't know. I just no. This movie's not worth the $20. Nowhere near worth the $20 that was spent.
I agree. I should have bought both of the movies. Then I'd be like, well, at least I have the first one. Because I would go back and rewatch the first one. The first one was stupid fun. Like, it was so bad. It was great. I loved it. But this one, it's just so bad. I don't think I could ever go back and rewatch this.
Nope.
I'm very disappointed in
Wow.
this. Sony, you screwed up again. And like,
Thank God it's getting rolled into the MCU. The problem is, can they have the ability to unwind the things that they?
But we got to sit through Morbius first.
yep.
Ooh, damn it!
Yeah.
But the good thing is we get a Spider-Man, potentially a good Spider-Man before Morbius, so kind of
Sure.
cleanses the palate.
Sure. Great Leto performance in House of Gucci. I'll just say that. Knows exactly what movie he's in.
Look,
We'll
look.
hopefully talk about that one at some point. But
We'll see. We'll see where my Leto rankings come in here.
Oh boy.
All right. Anyway,
Anyways, any final thoughts?
no,
no.
we're good. Let's tie it off. Next.
Seriously, I didn't just drop acid and watch The Odd Couple, right?
No, I
I
don't
feel
think
like that
so.
would have been more enjoying.
I don't know what you
I
do
would
at
have
home.
enjoyed so much more. Just
Like-
drop acid, watch The Odd Couple.
Do you want to?
And on that note,
Like Walter Matthau just ate someone's head, right?
and on that note, if you like all the episodes, you can find them on all the streaming
Carnage.
services.
Carnage, you got to clean up your shit.
That does it for us for this week. Until next time.
Bye.